How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be sharing a little story about how I was able to go from $12 an hour to $24 an hour at the age of 19. And I want to be really clear about something right off the bat. It wasn't luck, I didn't have connections, and I didn't get handed anything. I actually took a lower paying job on purpose, and that decision is what changed everything. Most people around my age probably would have said no to it. So, starting off, when I was 17 and still in high school, I got hired at HEB, which is just a grocery store, and I was just working the cash register at the time. Honestly, it was a really solid job for my age. It paid well, and it was stable and flexible with my school schedule. And this was my first real taste of what a 9 to 5 felt like. They started me at around $15.50 an hour, and every year I stayed, I got a raise, about 3% each year. I showed up, I worked while trying to learn new skills and balance school. I didn't complain much. By the time I was 19, I got promoted. I was training new cashiers, mentoring people who were just starting, and I was making about $18 an hour. And for a college student, most would say that's pretty good. From the outside, it looked like I was doing everything right, but internally, I was hungry and motivated. Not just for money, but for growth. I knew if I stayed comfortable for too long, I'd stop pushing myself. So last fall, I took a job at Texas A&M that paid $11.50 an hour. Yes, it was a pay cut. I know exactly what you're thinking. That doesn't make sense. But honestly, if I was watching this video just 6 months ago, I would have thought the same thing. But here's the truth. I didn't take that job for the money at all. I took it for the experience. It was a peer teaching role, and the job put something real on my resume. Not just worked retail, but had leadership. It showed I could explain concepts, showed I could communicate clearly, and it showed I could help others succeed. I wasn't just clocking in anymore. I was teaching, I was grading work, and I was answering questions. I was helping people pass classes they were genuinely struggling with, and that changed how I saw myself. I stopped seeing myself as just a student with a job and started seeing myself as someone who could actually provide value. And that shift matters more than most people realize. I knew going into it that the pay wasn't great, but I also knew it was opening doors. Internships, academic roles, and opportunities aligned with my engineering degree. What I didn't realize was how fast the decision would pay off. Because the very next semester, I applied to be an SI leader at my community college. And this time, I wasn't just another student asking for a job. I already had teaching experience, I already had proof I knew I could handle the role, and I already had something that made me stand out. And I was hired on the spot. That job pays $24 an hour. And that never would have happened if I didn't take the $11.50 job first. The SI position was competitive. A lot of students applied and very few were accepted. The decision on me was easy because I had already done the work before the opportunity had shown up. And this is the part most people my age miss. Your next job doesn't care about how much you made at your last one. It cares about the value that you can provide. Let me explain that again. Your next opportunity is based on skills, not just your previous paycheck. Most people my age chase raises. They stay at the same job for 50 cents more an hour every raise cycle. And there's nothing wrong with that. You have to survive. But if that's all you're going to be chasing, it caps you. I realized something really important early on. Raises are linear, but experience can compound. If you stack the right experience, it grows almost exponentially. Sometimes the fastest way to make more money isn't chasing higher pay, it's stacking the right skills. At 18 or 19, it's really tempting to only think about hourly pay. I get it, food, bills, and life. But if you only optimize for money growth right now, you might delay way bigger opportunities later. I didn't quit my higher paying job at HEB. I stacked roles, I stayed disciplined, and I sacrificed comfort for growth. And now I'm in a position where my income actually has room to grow. And even something else to take into consideration is that my options grew. This isn't a flex. I'm not saying everyone should take a pay cut. I'm not saying money doesn't matter. I'm saying be strategic with your plan. Ask yourself, what skills am I building? What doors could I open? Because comfort feels good, but growth can be what really changes your life. I'm still figuring things out. I don't have everything solved. I'm just documenting the process in real time. And if you're my age trying to build something early, you're not behind. You're just learning. And if you're willing to think long term while everyone else thinks short term, you'll be shocked at how fast things can change. I encourage everyone to continue working hard and enjoying life. And if you enjoyed this video today, please feel free to subscribe. And if you have anything you want to share about your experience getting a new job and building skills, comment down below. I'm curious to see how you were able to grow in your career.